Hey, good morning. Good morning. Live from Miami, Florida. I am Thomas Jason Anderson, and this is the off ramp. Just to let you guys know, today at noon, I will be at Books and Books in Coral Gables, Florida, at 12 noon, like I said, with the great Isabel Vincent, my co author. We'll be having a book signing. So we'll be signing books for Gold Bar Bob, and she will be signing books for her new release, which is the biography on RFK Jr. So, as a matter of fact, grab yourself a copy. Please come and see us if you're in town. If you're in town, man, we love to see you guys. It's nothing better than to talk in person about some of the more serious things going on in politics today, especially in the United States. Um, Both me and Isabel have a lot of knowledge here, and we've been at this for a while. So we are not, if you guys, for those of you who do follow me, you know what's up. You know what's up. We're serious players here. We're not playing games. And so this is just a great chance to meet me and Isabel and to get yourself a signed copy of our books. Uh, with that said, please subscribe if you have already. Please tell three friends, share and like. All of your support is really appreciated. It means a lot. Like I've been saying all along, I'm building this thing brick by brick, step by step, the old fashioned way. This content isn't for everyone. Okay. Um, there are many people out here who are grifters, who are living in the past, who are immature. If you're one of those people, you can click off now. Goodbye. Don't want you around. This is mature content only. And, you know, I try my best to keep it that way and to share with the mature folks out there what's really going on in the world of politics, not the stupid games that we're seeing on social media most of the time. So this is a big deal. Okay. Former APNU members meeting with Vice President Jagdeo in Guyana. For those of you who are not familiar with Guyana, it's a country in South America. It's the fastest growing economy in the world. They are very oil rich, but from my perspective, the most important part of Guyana is the people, the people, the people, the people, the people. Yes, Guyana has great natural resources. Yes, Guyana has the oil, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, it's all about the people. And Guyana is only going to go as far as the people can take it. I've seen many, many people within Guyana who are mostly of the opposition. And just so you guys know, the ruling party in Guyana is called the PPP, the People's Progressive Party. They are, I'll just say it, okay? They are a dictatorship, okay? On paper, they are not, but in reality, it's a dictatorship. And there have been election shenanigans. It's a country that's had a very contentious political history. And the current leadership has dabbled in things like death squads in the past and other things, political persecution. Um, it's not a game in Guyana. So anyone who isn't from Guyana who's watching this, if you want to know what's going on politically, it's a rough place. It's not an easy place. All right. Um, there's blood involved here. All right. And the political feuds are blood feuds. These things go back generations in some cases. And so the country mainly has been pretty poor up until 2015. And recently they've really just exploded economically. But the blood feuds that exist are still there. And so the country's having a hard time right now developing. They're developing okay, but they're having problems because they haven't had a reconciliation in the nation. They haven't had a coming together. These blood feuds have only gotten deeper. it's become very dysfunctional. It's just a very dysfunctional situation politically. The PPP and the members of the PPP want to make it seem like it's not dysfunctional. They want to put on a smiley face to the world community as if they've got it all under control. But simmering beneath the the textured, the orchestrated appearance, political appearance, is a simmering volcano politically. And at any moment it can explode. Unfortunately, I'm not advocating for that. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but I'm telling you, any little spark can create problems in Guyana, and that's the reality. So, against that backdrop, what you have now are people that are either politically independent or former members of the opposition party, the APNU. Um, they are now starting to meet with the current vice president of Guyana, Jagdeo. There was online something posted here, as you can see. And in my opinion, this is a good look. Okay. Um, it's an excellent look. It shows that there are people in Guyana who are maturing, who can understand the situation and understand that when you have a political dictatorship, you have two choices. You can either pout and cry from afar and try to instigate some type of violence or some type of um, chaotic takeover, or you can try to change the country from within the dictatorship. What that means is joining the dictatorship, becoming a part of it, and from the inside changing it, and by doing that, changing the nation. It's it's a long term thing. It's something that isn't easy to do. It's something that most people who are a part of opposition don't want because, like I said before, these are blood feuds. The political situation in Guyana is one in which the members of the two parties cannot stand each other. They hate each other, and they've hated each other for a long time. And the problem you have with the PPP and the members of the PPP, since they are now the political dictatorship, they are they're being very immature. All right. They are holding on to past grievances, and they're sort of bragging or thumbing, pushing it in the face of the current APNU members, the current opposition, the Win Party people. They're sort of, rubbing their face in it, like saying, ha ha, we're in power. Look what we can do. Look at you, you're losers. It's a very immature, disgusting attitude, right? But it's sort of why there's a problem in Guyana, because when you have a political dictatorship, you have to have the ability to be mature enough to understand, hey, if we don't get the opposition on board with what is going on in running the nation, we as a party are going to fail. And when we fail, the nation fails. The PPP members can't see this. They are so immature. Oh, it's hard. From an outsider's perspective, I find it difficult to deal with those guys because they're so immature. And they think because they're part of a dictatorship now, they think somehow they are better humans. They think that they act and behave as if they have a higher moral ground than anyone else in the world. That whatever they think is what God thinks. Whatever they believe is what God believes. And if you don't believe what they believe, and if you don't think what they think, well, then you're just backwards and you're a hater. You're stupid. I mean, this is what is going on in Guyana. The ruling party, this is how they think. This is how their members think. How can there ever be any type of development in the nation when the people running the country view people who disagree with them as dogs, soup drinkers. Think about it. How is it even possible that the political party leading this nation, which is the fastest growing economy in the world, they view their political opposition as dunces? And the thing is since they're a dictatorship now, they're allowed to think that, they're allowed to believe that, and their beliefs and thoughts are reinforced with the power that they have. So you can't tell them anything else. No one can tell these guys in the PPP, hey, you don't have all the answers. Hey, you should listen to the opposition guys. They have a point on some things. You can't tell them this because what they're going to say is, oh, no. I'm a member of the PPP and we rule Guyana and it's the fastest growing economy in the world because of me. Because of us, because of the PPP, we did it all. And so since we have changed Guyana from this backward place to the fastest growing economy in the world, whatever we think and say is correct. It's from God himself. And these people believe this. I promise you can't tell them otherwise. You can't. Me, when I come on, I do what I do. I'm saying what I'm saying. They're laughing at me. They think I'm a fool. Who is this guy? This Yankee boy? What is he talking about? He knows nothing. Look at what we've done in Guyana. It's the fastest growing economy in the world. Since we did this, we are like gods. Whatever we say or think is correct, no matter what anyone else says. These people are immature. They're very shallow-minded. It's a sad situation because when you have a political dictatorship that's led by people who think so shallow-mindedly, who are so full of themselves when they have done nothing, they act like they didn't do crap. You know who created this wealth? ExxonMobil and the United States of America and the Chinese government. That's who did it. It's the Chinese, it's the Americans, and it's ExxonMobil. That's who created the current Guyana. That's who's doing this. It is not the PPP. They aren't doing shit. Sorry to break it to you guys. You know what they're doing? They're rubber stamping what ExxonMobil, the United States, and China tell them to do. That's all they're doing. They are rubber stamping it, and they're pretending like they came up with the ideas. They haven't come up with anything. Nothing. And so this is a really bad political situation when you've got puppets in power, the PPP, the puppet political party who are being puppeted by ExxonMobil, the United States government, and the Chinese government. These guys are running around truly believing that they have done all the work, that they have all the ideas, that they have converted Guyana into this great, fastest growing economy in the world, when they have done nothing but been puppets. The puppet political party of Guyana. That's who they are. If you guys want to know the truth, if anyone on the outside or the inside want to know, okay, the PPP is the puppet political party. They are puppeted. They do whatever Exxon tells them to do. They do whatever the American government tells them to do. They do whatever the Chinese government tells them to do. That's it. They don't have ideas. They don't know what they're doing. But unfortunately, since they are now a dictatorship, and the reason why I say they're a dictatorship is because look at nations that are oil-rich nations based on oil, and look at them politically. There aren't any democracies that are oil-rich nations in the world. There aren't any. It's either a dictatorship from an individual, some type of royal family, or it's a political dictatorship. But one way or the other, every single nation that is an oil rich nation eventually is a dictatorship. Guyana is a dictatorship. This is not going to change, folks. So for the opposition people who know and understand what I'm saying, they know that PPP are puppets. They know this, and it pisses them off. But what happens is they're mixing into that reality the other reality that they understand, which is the PPP are their mortal enemies politically. They've been at each other's throats forever, and so they can't mentally fathom being able to work with these guys, because not only is there this past issue of these blood feuds between the two parties, but there's the present issue of the PPP not living in reality, not realizing that they're just puppets. The opposition guys know this. And so it's really hard for them to go meeting with Jagdeo or anyone else, because they're like, bro, so you want me to work with a puppet regime, a puppet dictatorship who are full of themselves, who have convinced themselves they have single-handedly created what's happening in Guyana. So they want me to get up under those guys. And on top of that, you want me to forget about all the crap they've done to me, my family, and my community. Really? That's what's going on with the opposition guys. Okay. So I understand the attacks on me when I tell people, hey, I'm sorry, guys, but you guys in the opposition, you're going to have to join the PPP. When I say that, they're like, oh, you're a Yankee boy. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what's happening in Guyana. You're getting paid by the PPP. You're one of their puppets. You're trying to convince us to get up underneath that puppet regime and become puppets ourselves. You're trying to convince us to work with them. And if we do that, what we're going to be doing is admitting that, all of the past evils they've done, it's fine and okay. Who do you think you are? Get out of our business. How dare you, American? You're trying to destroy Guyana. This is what I get from the opposition. So the PPP guys get mad at me because I'm like, yo, you guys are puppets. You're trash. You're not all that. You haven't done anything, period. But really, all you've done is political chicanery. And you've done a good acting show. You act good. You act like you've done all this when you haven't done crap, right? So the PPP guys can't stand me. And then the opposition guys get mad at me because they're like, I'm a dunce. I don't know what's going on in Guyana. I don't know what's really happening. I'm just getting paid by the PPP to convince them to agree with the puppet show. And it's like, man, look, the political situation there is real messed up, because how could you come in as a person like me who's like, I know the situation. I'm laying it out right now. And I'm trying to tell on all sides. I'm trying to tell them, you guys need to grow up. First of all, you need to realize that your nation has been put on puppet strings. Okay. And these puppet strings are no joke. ExxonMobil will puppet your behinds all over the place. I'm telling you, ExxonMobil doesn't play games, period. Just me doing lives like this puts me on Exxon's radar. And they have a slew of people inside the government and outside the government who are ready at any moment to flip the switch, and I'll be in jail. My whole life will be done. They're powerful. They can do that anytime they feel like it. So me just speaking the truth like this puts my life at risk, because that's how powerful ExxonMobil is. So if they're that powerful, they can do that to an American citizen who's an author, who's a government watchdog with a public platform. If they can do that to me, what do you think they can do to a foreign country like Guyana? Think about it for a second. It's no joke. You cannot play games with ExxonMobil. I'm not saying to throw them out of there and get mad. Nah, they do a hell of a job getting oil out of the ocean right now. You have to work with them. All right. You have to. But with that said, If you aren't politically organized, if you aren't together as a nation, you have they're gonna take advantage of you. And that's their job for their shareholders. Their shareholders buy stock in ExxonMobil because they know Exxon doesn't play games, and they're going to get every single penny of profit out of every single drop of oil there is to be had. That's why they are the company they are. So they will steamroll you if you think you're going to play games. They will bury you because they're masters at getting that oil and they're masters at generating that profit. Period. You can disagree with me all you want. You can tell me, oh, you work for ExxonMobil. You can say whatever you want. All right? Fine. I'm just telling you guys the reality here. ExxonMobil is not to be played with. Period. But on top of that, you've got the US government involved and you've got the Chinese government involved. And on the Chinese government side, you've got this man named Wang Yi. He's not to be played with either. Guys, people of Guyana, you have to wake up. You have to grow up. You have to realize that whatever has happened in the past, even whatever is happening now, it's not real. It's not a part of reality. You guys need to step into reality now. The past no longer exists, and the present is nothing but a puppet show. Sorry. You guys need to come into reality and realize that if you guys don't get it together politically and start living in reality and understanding that there are serious puppet strings on your nation, if you don't wake up to that, then you're going to fall apart. The world is already moving to take Essequibo from you guys. And I'm telling you, I think they're going to take it. When I say the world, see, on the surface, it's like, oh, Delcy Rodriguez is da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's a political thing. Nah. Delcy and the Venezuelans are representing the world right now. And they're coming for Essequibo, and the world wants it. And the world thinks they can get it because they look at the puppets in Guyana who are running around pretending like they aren't puppets. And they're like, oh, this is going to be easy. It's easy. We're going to take that from them. And what can they do? They're puppets, and they don't even know they are. Their population is running around having political arguments about this or that, not even realizing they're all puppets. Now, for those of you out there who think I'm calling for revolution, or no, there's a difference between being a puppet and being an independent, secure nation. You don't have to have a revolution to do that. Okay? All you have to do is have a different mindset. You have to understand, if you're in the PPP, the dictatorship, you have to understand that you are a part of a dictatorship. And that dictatorship is being propped up by foreign powers, corporate and government foreign powers. You are being propped up. All of you. It's not you. Everybody thinks Jagdeo is such a master politician. Even if he is, he's one man. Trust me when I tell you, he can't deal with Exxon by himself. He can't deal with the United States government. He can't deal with the Chinese. He cannot. And the backup he has within Guyana politically, they can't help him. It's not, you guys aren't impressive enough. You don't have what it takes to deal with Exxon, the US, and China. You don't have what it takes. You guys don't have it. I'm sorry. Now, you could have it if the people of Guyana wake up and they realize, oh, wait a minute. Regardless if it's the PPP or the APNU or the Wind Party, at the end of the day, what's really happening here is the nation of Guyana has to secure its independence and has to deal with serious puppet strings attached to it right now. And in order to do that, we have to come together. We have to have a political reconciliation. We have to wake up and stop looking at it like it's the PPP versus the APNU and the WIN. And we start looking at it like, well, it's Guyana versus the world. And it's not Guyana trying to upturn the world. No, it's Guyana staying solid as a nation and as a people, representing the interests of the people and pushing them back against the puppet strings when they try to pull you into directions that you know will hurt your nation. It's not telling them you can't have a puppet string here. No, what it's saying is we will move, but this is how we will move because it's what's best for our people. Right now, that what's happening is the puppet masters just pull on the string and you guys just move. There's nothing that can be done because the PPP, they don't have the wherewithal or even the understanding to know that they're puppeted. The members of the PPP have no clue that they are on puppet strings. They don't know that the U.S. government and the Chinese government, ExxonMobil, are yanking them in one direction. They don't know that. They really do believe this is all their idea. It's ignorance to the max. It's sad. And there's nothing anyone can say to them because they're the PPP. We're the leading part of the fastest growing economy of the world. We're magical beings. No one has us on puppet strings. We puppet the world. We tell the world what to do. This is the lunacy going on within the PPP party. It's freaking outstanding. It's crazy to me that people can have this perspective. Sometimes I laugh because I'm like, what are you talking about? What's wrong with you guys down there? Are you serious right now? No, you don't have real independence. You are on puppet strings. Give me a break. Stop playing games. It's not fair to the people of Guyana for members of the PPP to continue this stupid show, to pretend like they're running the show when they're not. Okay, foreign interests are running the show. Stop playing games. That's the truth. Come on now. And so I totally encourage members of the APNU, members of the WIN party to join the PPP. I do. Not because I want them to perpetuate the lie that the PPP have done all these things and they're not on puppet strings. No, I'm not for that. It's because that's the only route to do anything for the nation of Guyana. Why? Because ExxonMobil, the United States, and China have made it that way. If you're not within the PPP, you're not going to have any influence. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And so I encourage the opposition members to join the PPP and to take over that party from inside. Take it over. Because here's the thing. The members of the PPP are clueless. They're not prepared to be taken over from the inside. They're not. They assume that the status quo will stay the way it's been. They assume that they're always going to be in power no matter what. There's nothing anyone can do about it. This is what they assume. They, not in their wildest dreams, would ever believe that the opposition, the members of the opposition, would join the PPP and take over their party from the inside. They don't even think that's a possibility, but it is, and that's the answer. This is what has to happen in Guyana. I'm sorry, opposition parties. I'm sorry that you guys will never have power again. And the reason why you won't is because the nation's on puppet strings, serious puppet strings. In order for the opposition parties to take control of Guyana, you're going to have to kick out the Chinese, kick out the Americans, get rid of ExxonMobil. And how are you going to do that? If you try to do that, you're talking about a war. All right. And my thing is this. Okay, fine. You want to go to war? Fine. But it's like, is that the smartest way to go for the people of Guyana, is to go to war just because you want political power in your nation? Or is it better? Is it the smarter move to jump into the PPP and take that party over? There are multiple ways to make it happen in Guyana. It's unfortunate that the opposition people only want violence. All they dream about is going to war with America, going to war with China, going to war with ExxonMobil. This is their dream. They don't say it out loud, but that's their dream. And it's sick, because how does that help anybody? You want, and who's pushing this? Old men, mainly old men, who, if a war starts, they're not going to be out there fighting. They're going to have young guys doing it. Your children. You're going to have your children out here dying in the streets because you politically want to rule Guyana through violence, through a forced takeover of the country. Really? Think about yourselves for a second, old guys. Get off your high horse, you old guys in the opposition, and realize, okay, look, foreign powers have puppeted your nation. That's just the truth. And it is what it is. And you opposition guys, you're out and you're never getting back in. And the reason for that is because, I'm going to say it again, look around the world. All of these oil-based economies, they're all led by dictatorships. Why do you think Guyana will be any different? It ain't going to be different. You're not different. And here we go again with the opposition guys. They think they're different. They think somehow they're different than everybody. They're better than all these other people around the world. That they are going to be able to have a system where they're going to run the country and the PPP is going to be a legitimate sidekick. And it'll be a democracy where every election people will have a choice between the two parties. This is the lunacy from the opposition guys. They actually think that's going to happen. They actually believe that's a possibility. It ain't a possibility. Wake up. God. There are two possibilities here. Physical violence, which will destroy the country and kill all your young people. Stupid. Or political transformation. And how do you get the political transformation? You got to get up inside the PPP and you got to take that party over from the inside. That's right. That's how you do it. So, like I said before, guys, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, please tell 3 of your friends. Please share and like. I'm going to continue to push like this. You know, this is the off ramp. So the content you're going to get here will be different, but it's the answer. It's the right thing to do. And I'm going to take a lot of heat for this from all sides. Fine. I don't care. I don't give a damn. But this message and what I'm sharing, some people in Guyana are going to hear it. Maybe only a handful, maybe only a few will understand what I'm saying. But I promise you, for those who understand it, if you take it to heart and you apply it, magic will happen for you. You guys will be able to live the lives that you deserve in Guyana. But it's going to take some political courage. It's going to take, some faith, a lot of faith, and some patience. But trust me when I tell you, if you guys can take this route that I'm recommending, you guys can pull it off. Guyana will be a better place. And I'm telling you, it is the only route right now. It is the only route. Now, this could change in the future. We'll see. But this is where we're at. And, time matters here. Let's not waste time. With that said, guys, thank you very much. I'll be on a little later. Oh, by the way, don't forget 12 noon, Coral Gables, Books and Books. I'll be there with the great Isabel Vincent. We'll be signing our books, and we'd love to see you guys there if you can make it. Take care.